What is going on, guys? It is now Thursday and we got some cool stuff to do today. So a couple weeks ago I had mentioned when I went to the track I had the code that popped up saying I was past 100% duty cycle on my injectors. So my first line of defense in my head at the time was, oh shit, she needs more fuel. So I went to the homies over at Finish Line Factory and I placed a massive order for some fuel line. So prior, the car had -6 and -8 fuel lines, and basically now I'm keeping that 8 and turning it into a return and removing the 6, and then I'm going to be adding a -10 for a feed. So now I'll have -10 feed, -8 return. Now, Motion Raceworks has been a big influence in the past few years as far as the motorsports industry, and he does a lot of tech tips on things. I have a Magna Fuel 4303 fuel pump, which he suggests, and he likes them on builds, whatnot. But he always says that pump, they always recommend you doing a -12 from the tank to the pump. That way you just supply it with so much more fuel. Well, I've run an 8 to the tank to the pump, and then from the pump to the rails. So now what I'm doing is we're going to be increasing the feed to the tank. Sorry, yeah, the feed in the tank to the pump. We're doing a -12 setup now. So I actually ordered a piece of tubing and a fitting so we can weld it onto my gas tank. That way now I have a -12 feed, and then we'll be running a 12 to the pump. So we are currently heading to VR right now to do that at the least. There's a couple more things I want to work on if I have time, and as you guys have seen before, when I go hang out at my fabricators, he kind of lets me do what I want, just because, you know, I respect his stuff and I always end up leaving it cleaner than I found it. So hopefully today we can make a little bracket for my dump valve for the trans, and then also I would like to machine a couple of differential mounts. So without further ado, we're gonna start ahead. I'm gonna see you at the fabricators, but I just picked up something that's gonna be kind of interesting. If I can find it. Oh yeah, here. So I bought a head strap for the GoPro. So I think it's gonna be kind of cool to use the lathe, like first person style. So I don't know, we'll find out. So I spent way too much time trying to make these damn diff bushings to where this is what I got. You know, these are the two originals versus this is what I was working on. So as you can see, that's about where I need to be. But the problem is we don't have anywhere to cut it. So I give up. I have enough to get the car running, and I'll focus on this another day. So what I just did is I had these welded to the side of the gas tank, and I just cut those off because when the fuel level got so low, this would actually superheat the fuel and it would make my injectors very unhappy. And then, as I said before, we're adding a bigger pickup. So this is a number 12 fitting with the tube. So basically, after I pick it up, basically I need to figure out the depth, how that's going to be in the tank. I'm basically going to cut it about 1 inch off the bottom. So I'm probably going to go right off that scoring mark right there, and that should be enough room to get some fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that and then get everything situated. I'm going to start bending these plate. That way I can wrap it around. We'll weld it on both sides, and then I'll mount that to something in my trunk. So let's go. video, like you should.
I think this is a little bit bigger than this. It's what we call all the fuel. Alrighty, so the night has taken me at Brian's house, and once I got here, I kind of just started working. So I'm gonna show you what I've gotten done so far. So the fuel tank you saw was done. We put the fitting in it, and I have already made the hose that goes from the tank feed to the filter, from the filter to the pump. I actually just realized that I never ordered the fitting from the pump, so that's got to be an 8 to a 10 hose. So I've got to do that. Up here in the trunk, I have the bulkhead fitting that goes through. So I have to put the number 10 bulkhead. So basically, before I had a number 8 feed, which is now going to turn into a number 8 return. And then the number 6 return I've taken out completely. It's right here. And then, yeah, we're going to run a number 10 up to the rail. So let me show you the mess I got going on here. So this is actually all the fittings I've gotten, all the different hose ends and whatnot. So that's dash 8, that's dash 10. So this will be running to the rail. This will be for the back of the rail. So got a lot of work to do. I went and I got a new fuel pressure regulator because the old one had only fittings for a dash 6, where this is dash 8. And this will also support a bigger fuel pump if I upgrade in the future. So, yep. We got some changes going on here, but I can't give any information out about what's going on over here. That's all top secret stuff. So, anywho, I'm probably gonna make a couple more hoses and dip out for the night. Tomorrow, I am actually going deep sea fishing, or on a charter boat, so it's gonna be kind of packed, but I got that going on. And over here on the bench, I actually just situated everything for the dump valve. So fitting orientation, I have basically when this is on the car, this will be a line incoming from the tranny, and then this will go through the T and out to the tranny cooler. And then basically when the solenoid is activated, it will shoot the fluid out of here and go into the transpan. So this will, I'll show a little bit more in depth, and then I'll also be monitoring the pressure with their 200 PSI sensor. Well, it's been a long day. It's now 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just finishing up putting some of the fuel lines on. And yeah, I will have to finish the rest of the fuel lines when I either have help or when the motor and tranny are back in the car. Because I don't want to guess on some of the lengths and be wrong. So I'll wait for that, but nonetheless, bunch of good progress done today, and yeah, can't complain. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.